Hi guys, welcome back to More Americans, episode 4, season 6 coming up. So they took this trip to Oklahoma to try and find out more about these bugs. They would have probably got all the information, but the poor scientist dude turned up and Philip broke his back in the most painful way possible with the way that they showed it. It reminded me of the suitcase thing all over again. AgriCorp is what we got from him. They said you should have asked more questions as to who sends you all this stuff, and they didn't. I'm expecting them to take that information, so we're just going to carry on. Right, episode 4.
This is Benjamin Stobart from the Rolodex. We also think Deirdre Kemp is a good bet. She's AgriCorp's vice president of production and distribution. They're both in Topeka, and they're both single.
With the Morozovs and Pastor Tim and Paige, Beeman, and Henry and Paige going over there all the time.
They don't want to be away.
It's a lot.
Paige is taking a lot of time right now, more than usual.
Of course, I understand that. Then
So get on with it.
Work it out.
Yeah, that's it. Just, you're working out, get on with it.
Do you know why we got a message at work that your math teacher wants to talk to us?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I've been doing well. Some of the other kids screw around, but I don't. Maybe I laugh sometimes.
Henry.
What? I'm calling him today.
It's not going to be long before Henry's questioning stuff as well. This dude always plays a Russian.
Он умеет разговорить людей, да, Руслан? Ну что, я думаю, вам следует вместе отправиться к Рыковой и...
Under normal circumstances here, this now in a gym, you started talking to a complete stranger, a female, would be like, fuck off, leave me alone, I'm working out, I'm not here to hook up with anyone, I'm here to work out.
I usually ride a regular bike, but I'm in town, in town on business.
Huh. I spend time with my family.
Oh, you have kids?
No, my sister's family.
You see, this whole situation is what I find implausible, difficult, hard to wrap your head round. Maybe because of the way we live today with how the world has changed and how social media has changed people's outlook on perfect strangers in particular, and the fact that you can meet someone from right around the other side of the world without actually meeting them and so forth. But if I walked, not that I'm going to walk into a gym, that's not happening, but if I were to, and I would try to do what he's doing right now, after the first sentence of how do I work this bike, you would have got. And that would have been it. She would not have given you a second glance unless she was attracted to you. That's what I'm saying. As a male operative, it's a lot more difficult. It may have been a little easier back in the 80s. So I will, subside to that. And the fact that a lot of the time with this, you are relying on someone's reluctance to be rude and to just be pleasant, and because he keeps asking questions, you're taking a bite. You're allowing yourself to be interrupted, and for the sake of going, look, buddy, I'm here, blah 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 blah, go away, shut up, leave me alone. That's what I'm saying. It's very difficult. But if you turn the table and it's Elizabeth, it's far easier. I know it was long-winded.
Materials handling, identifying and fixing inefficiencies.
Sounds like they can't do anything without you.
Headphones. Yeah.
В Америке был один человек.
How do you explain
Я
this?
думал, ему можно было доверять. Глупо, конечно, нельзя было этого делать, но...
It's a little bit more expansive than that, though, isn't it? Oh, like, come on.
А теперь он использует это против меня.
No, he's not. That's the sad thing about this. You should know it's not Stan.
Он пытается заставить меня делать то.
And it's why Stan's still trying to go out to bat for him, but from his perspective, he's in deep doo-doo here. I'm surprised it wouldn't just be easier for them to take everything you have and your money and just kill you. Take any more risk than they have to. That didn't go well.
Did you talk to Henry's teacher?
The school secretary said he wants us to come in.
Means he didn't get anywhere.
Is it promising?
No.
Maybe.
No, it's not.
Him first.
She's work-orientated. You're not even on her radar. And no offence to her, but she's an average middle-aged looking woman. Why is she going to think you're showing any interest to her? Shit. From any country trying to cross a border to another one that they're not meant to be smuggled.
Znaš što sam neki frižideri? Moramo provjeriti za slučaj da naleti kapetan. Predugo je trči. Zašto on to radi? Svi bi htjeli biti zvijezde. A nekad mu uspije.
Look, he doesn't shoot you. Keep them talking, keep them talking, keep them relatively distracted. And under normal circumstances now they'll keep you waiting because you just pressured them.
Как же это так получается, что у вас все лучше всех, а?
А так, что я лучше всех? Никаких особых.
Я не советовал бы вам это отрицать.
Но это все вранье.
У вас прекрасная работа, вы дорожите ей. У вас о детях кто будет заботиться, если вы сядете?
I used to pay.
Нам нужна фамилия.
They're not buying this little game you're playing. See if this goes any easier. That works. At least it gets their attention.
What you do, start an avalanche?
Do you know what this stuff is?
It's like a natural sweet. Have you never been in a health food store before?
No.
Well, it's okay. Well, where are you gonna hike?
I don't know. I mean, I'm actually leaving town tomorrow, so I probably don't even have time.
Well, lucky for you, you just ran into the Carib gorp-eating hiking expert of Topeka.
Do you see the difference?
Brenda Neal.
Instantly, do you see what I mean? The difference between men and women. And it doesn't matter whether you're in the 80s, the 90s, or now. This is the difference between the two genders. If a woman is not even remotely interested in, you will just be an afterthought. But for a guy, there's always opportunity. There's always, maybe, they're far more open to helping a woman out than vice versa. Why do you think they used to use female agents so often?
You stand in line, she pours kvass into mug. You drink, next person, she pours kvass into same mug.
Here he goes again.
They drink.
COVID.
Kvass is the only thing I miss from Russia.
What is that?
I make some in my basement.
That sounds awful.
Here? How did you become a pilot?
Oh, I was always into planes. And where we grew up, there was an airfield. Yeah, I got my license when I was 16. Joined the Air Force when I was 18.
Him and his mother. You think I did not fly him around the world, give him good clothes, house, school, friends? They think I'm genius. Everything they not know about port, Russian, Soviet port. They can't believe it takes us months to move what you guys move in one day. This is who we fight? Same great climate, but system is broke.
После этого мы переговорили с еще двумя заводделами магазинов. Кололись, как только слышали, что мы в курсе их делишек, поэтому...
So what do we do now?
По-другому нельзя.
You make a threat?
Как?
You make a threat because he's got a son in Afghanistan?
И так не сладко, и здесь семьям тоже. Дело не в этом, дело в порядочности.
Вот как раз в государственных вопросах слабину не дает.
Разрешите, а мы поработаем над материалом, разработаем стратегию, тактику.
You could see straight away there, Oleg's
Any sign of him?
dissatisfaction in wanting to go hard on him. He was wanting to take more of a soft approach.
We found out he was having an affair. He was a sensitive type, couldn't handle his wife finding out. Still gave him everything we offered. He ended up with a boatload of cash. He and his wife are U.S. citizens with new names and a split level in Tucson. I think his son's a lawyer. We blackmailed the shit out of him. And everybody wound up happy.
Labor is therefore not voluntary, but coerced. It is therefore not the satisfaction of a need. It is merely a means to satisfy needs external to it.
Okay.
This is his form.
Mind.
Really, just don't read that. It's just going to make it worse. You don't know what to do you?
Yeah. I'm gonna be in town for a few days. Is there any chance you'd be free for dinner? I'll call you when I get in, and I'll just hope for the best.
I'm so confused. You know, no mobiles. Back when landlines were all that existed, how did he get a number?
I just sit there and watch.
You're babysitting and you're just wandering around the house doing nothing. Normal to say she's an American-bred teenage girl. She would be handling this better. But she so overthinks everything. Always been nosy in somebody else's house. Because I bought it. Oh, right, okay, I thought... Forget it, I thought he was there for a minute. Well, that didn't take long. She happens to find something that she shouldn't. Just from babysitting and not really having any master plan on, well, what's the centre's wanting it to be. No dildos in the, in the bedroom drawers then. I can't read any of this, so...
But...
Oh, you don't have a boyfriend, do you?
No, I don't. But I am a bad planner. I have work tonight.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Of course you can.
You remember 3 years ago when that KGB officer was killed? He was kidnapped by a group of FBI agents and then shot in cold blood. I shot him. Once. In the back of the head.
What the fuck are you doing?
You killed him.
You know that's the end of your job, right?
What, you want to be arrested? Prosecuted?
Because that's where it's going.
What happens next, that's up to you. I will go public and confess.
Oh.
The U.S. government killing innocent people.
Playing hardball
Splash
here.
across the world's newspapers.
Jesus, Stan. Oh my God, I'm not sure he should be trying to blackmail the US government. I'm not sure that's a good plan. I get he's backed into a corner here and it's his only option left and it's a card that he can play, but it's a card that can put you in prison and they just fucking ignore you. Oh dear.
I'm guessing you'll keep quiet like the rest of us. And you will find a way to make sure the CIA leaves Oleg Burov alone.
They don't want their dirty laundry airing. Good God. I didn't think it was going to go that far.
You guys have been traveling a lot.
Oh, how much we're going to confide in her here. Here we go. So you can't be overheard?
It's what we were talking to you about. Developing some new sources. And unfortunately, it takes some travel to get to them.
Who are you getting to know?
Doesn't matter.
A scientist.
Getting to
He doesn't
confide.
know who you really are.
No! She's so naive.
Do you use a different name?
Yeah.
Duh! Why does it matter?
Brenda Neal.
When I was at Pastor Tim's babysitting,
I was snooping.
I found his diary with the tape.
No, I know. It's too dangerous. Paige,
Oh, so
you
now
can
you're not
different.
nervous?
You've done something like that. You can sound different.
He just writes about people from the church. He uses their initials.
Write anything about us?
Not that I saw.
I understand what you were doing. And it was smart. And it was brave. But Paige, if there is any slip, if they sense anything from you, she would go straight to the FBI.
Когда мы с твоим отцом были всего пару лет женаты, меня взяли. Такое случалось. Жен брали, а мужей не трогали. 5 лет я там провела.
What? My comfort zone here. I don't know what she's meaning.
Способы выжить.
As to what this was for, I mean. Was it just during the war?
Люди выживают как могут.
He should have survived. Do what you feel's right. That's starting to look a little bit more familiar. Yes, you are. He's made it.
If there was something on him with a parishioner.
Elizabeth.
No, I know. But it's interesting, right?
What about Kansas?
It was fine. I don't want to talk about it. I have to sit there with him while he makes his jokes. The guy is laughing while he's trying to starve an entire country.
Well, you don't know that for sure. Yeah, I can see how that could come across that way. Wow. Okay, guys, episode 4. So contact has been made between the two of them, one a little bit more successful than the other one right now, as I was explaining in commentary, the difference between a male spy and a female spy when they have a mark and they have a target and someone that they need to get information from. And Elizabeth just saying there, he's making jokes. As far as she's concerned, she just automatically sees it from there to he's helping starve an entire country with what he's doing. Yes, he works for this company that he's doing this, but do you know how many people can work for a company, scientists included, and not know what it is that their work is going towards, what it's doing, or if it's doing good or if it's doing harm? Everything is compartmentalized with stuff like research and science and stuff. He may not have a clue. Then again, he may know exactly what he's doing. We don't know yet. Too soon to tell. And Paige snooping around, I feel like it needs to be one or the other. They need to start bringing her more on board and training her to be able to not leave any sign or evidence that she has been snooping or investigating or trying to gather any intelligence. Or they need to cut her off dead. But they've only just brought her into the fold, so I don't know how it's going to go, because like it showed, 1 minute she's saying, oh, I couldn't do what you've done and pretend to be somebody else, I'd be terrified in case they found out. Right in the next breath saying that you're in somebody else's house going through their stuff while you're babysitting for them. But she's so naive with certain things. She asks such obvious questions. Well, who do you say you are? Do you use your real name? See my point? Just, why would you think she would use her real name? Just use your head. You're asking, sorry, but you're asking stupid ass questions. Well, what name are you using? What's that to you? How is that of any relevance to you? She's not asking the right questions if she is indeed interested in this. Paige is weird. I can't pinpoint who she is as an individual, as a person, because she's still a teenager. She doesn't really know who she is herself yet, because no one does as a teenager. You think you know you are, but you don't. But she's so far away from being the normal, typical 15, 16-year-old American teenage girl that it's hard to read why she's the way that she is. I still think, though, with the bit of snooping that she has done, I still think there is something with this pastor and his wife that they are hiding just as well as Philip and Elizabeth are hiding who they are. Who's to say? We don't know. Now then, Stan, talk about throw yourself into the meat grinder. Under normal circumstances, with a normal boss trying to blackmail your way into getting him to do what you want would be one thing. But you're an FBI agent, that's the first thing. You've just said you've murdered someone, that's the next bit. You know at that point your job, your badge, your career and your whole freedom can go waltzing straight out the window. But you are relying on the fact that the FBI not going to want 3 years down the line for that to come out and for you to go public with it, which would show incompetence level beyond ridiculous measures for the FBI, especially as they've already just recently been compromised several times with bugs and Nina and everything else. It's not going to instill much confidence, not with the American people, and certainly not further up the food chain leading all the way to the fucking White House. But you're using that as a demand for them to back off, Borov, Oleg. That's a bold move. Meanwhile, Oleg is confided in his mother that he did some stuff back in America with, he's like, the way he told it, of course, he didn't give any specifics. He was just trying to tell her what the issue is, that you did some stuff that could get you in trouble, and now they're going to try and blackmail you and use you with it and try to turn you with it. But the story she's just given about being taken away for 5 years before he was born, I'm assuming that's to do with the war. Do what you need to do what you feels right in here, because I survived and you'll survive. It's one way of looking at it. Interesting. Right, we're going to continue on with the storyline anyway with this AgriCorp, or whatever the bloody hell the name of the company is, and see them develop a dialogue with the man and the woman that they are both trying to insert themselves with right now. I will be back with episode 5 next week, guys. Don't forget, all of the episodes available over on Patreon. If you really do want to help the channel out with the lifeblood of it, that's the best way to do it. Just check the link in the description. As always, lots of episodes available over there of all the different shows that I've done, including this one. And I would appreciate a quick sub to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that button down there. What else? Was there something else? I can't remember if there was anything else now. Right, anyway, that's me done. I will see you for episode 5 next week. Take care.